Thank you so much for viewing the TC Getaways packing video for a river cruise. We are just 1 week away from our Danube Waltz cruise, and I thought that I would get on here and just go over a few items that I plan on packing for the airplane, also for our excursions. And then at the end of this video, I will also touch on a few like clothing tips, tricks, or at least what I'm going to pack, because I know I see questions about dinner wear and that kind of thing. So you will know that you are getting close to your river cruise time when your Viking mail arrives. And basically inside this envelope, you get all excited, will be your Viking luggage tags. You will also have your cruise tags, as far as that shows like your name, your room number, and I do not put these on until we get to the airport and pick up our checked bag, because these will definitely fall off. And then finally, inside this envelope, beside your little letter that says we're excited to see you, are these huge red Viking stickers. And what they want you to do is they want you to put this on your shirt, so that way when you are walking through the airport and you get your baggage, then the Viking reps will see you and know that you are who they are looking for. Transfers are included if you book Viking Air and even their Viking like extensions pre or post. Okay, so as I mentioned, the flights from the US over to Europe are long. There's no getting around that. We did book our flights through Viking. We are very pleased with what we got. You will have to watch my next video of our river cruise to find out like all the details of our flights. But so for the long flight, one thing that I do suggest packing is compression socks. It just kind of helps with your blood circulation while you're on the flight. We took these last time. I went ahead and bought another pair, so that way I'll have one pair to wear there and then one pair to wear back. I really like this, so I'm going to try to make sure that you can see it here. Basically what this is you attach it to the seat in front of you, and it makes for like a footrest. It's a great option to have. I am 5 foot, we'll say 1, maybe even 5'2", since you really can't tell and you just got to believe me. So I really like this because even though my feet do touch the ground when I'm in an airplane seat, it's just not comfortable for me. So if you're short, I highly, highly recommend this. My husband will not use these at all, so we only have one for me. Something that he always takes is obviously your neck rest. I never use a neck rest. I just think it cramps the back of my neck. This one is very soft, so you know you can shape it any way that you want to. Something that I used, or at least took last time, but did not like it, is this thing. It's very soft, but what you do is you put it on your forehead, kind of like this, or I guess you could even put it over your eyes if you wanted to. And then this little stretchy part attaches to the back of your seat, so that way, like, your head can't fall down when you're asleep. I don't know. I just did not like it. But if you're a person that like sleeps with your head facing forward and back, it might be a great option for you. One thing that we used a little bit, we ended up passing it back and forth just to try to like change positions, is this inflatable piece. It looks really large, but it rolls up and it fits in like this travel bag here, so it's not as big as it looks. But basically you inflate it And then you have all types of like ways to use it. The way that I used it the most, once I inflated it and it doesn't take a lot of air, was I would set this down in front of me. You can put your arms in this hole, and then you can like put your head in this area here. It was great, like I said, for a little bit to pass back and forth. One thing I did notice though is that you get this nice little ring around your face. And then finally, for the airplane ride, this thing is my favorite. So what you do is you snap it and it adjusts, and then basically you put it kind of sideways here, and it's like, I don't know, I always try to sleep on my husband's shoulder during plane rides, and it bothers him because I guess I cramp him. But anyways, this doesn't move, and then it's like you got a shoulder like right here, and it's amazing. So this is my absolute favorite thing. I will try to put pictures and links of all this stuff in the YouTube description box, so check down there. Again, I'll try. Not the most tech savvy person yet, but I'm trying. Okay, so moving on, those were the airplane things. And then I'm going to go through just some items or things that I plan on packing that you may not think about. I always take a Ziploc bag full of just different medicines. There is not a doctor on board the Viking river ships. So I take just like stomach, headache, nasal spray, cold. I mean, just anything. I always take a little baggie full. I also take a few laundry sheets, and I did have to do laundry on our last cruise because, I don't know, I think I spilled something. So I did a little thing of laundry in the bathroom sink, and then I washed it out in the shower. You never know. So lightweight, just throw them in your bag just in case. We are also going to take some little toothbrushes because after that long flight, your teeth just feel gross, and you can just throw a few of these in your carry-on bag and, you know, freshen up. This will not be needed unless something happens and like we end up having to stay in a hotel, but I still plan on packing it just in case. And it is just a small travel adapter that will work in Europe for us to put our phones in. The Viking river ships do have US charging ports. So again, this is just in case, you know, flight gets canceled or the river's too high and we have to go to a hotel. You just never know. So that's a what if thing, but I do recommend packing a travel adapter. I'm also going to take an extra phone charger because you are out in the ports for a very long time, and, you know, taking pictures, videos kills your phone. This is something new that we are taking, and this is from my last river experience. So when you go out into the ports and do the walking tours, Viking gives you a little like audio box, and then they also give you a wired earbud. So I kind of thought, since the weather's going to be a little chillier this time when we go, with my toboggan on and, you know, my jacket, I thought that wire might get in the way. So this is called Airfly Pro. As you can see, it's very small. It does not weigh anything at all. And so this will plug into the audio box, and we can then put the audio box in our pocket, and this will transmit to our Bluetooth, both my husband's and mine. So it will transmit, it will let two devices connect. And that's the Pro version. There's another Airfly that only lets one connect, but this way my husband can carry the audio box around for us and I don't have to worry about it. I don't think he knows that yet, but anyways. This also will work on the airplane. You can put it into the little video monitor, and then you can use your own earbuds there too. So this is probably my most favorite purchase that I've made between our 2 river cruises. I am taking some rechargeable hand warmers just in case the weather is that cold. Right now it's looking like the weather should be around like mid-50s during the daytime. But at night it gets pretty cold, and I'm just cold-natured. Moving on, I have just a few more things of what I'm going to pack and things that you may not think of. You will want to exchange some currency and get some euros for your river cruise. This is just some that we have left over from our last cruise that we saved, but you can do exchanges at the airport. Or if you have a fancy bank, they may exchange money for you as well, and you will probably get a better rate. We don't have any like large banks in our town, so it just wasn't a possibility for us. We will tip our tour guides, probably around 5 to 10 euros according to how great of a job they do, how long the tour was. And also sometimes when you need to use the bathroom, you'll get charged 1 to 2 euros too. So it's always good to have euros. For our larger purchases, we will use a credit card. We took an Amex card and a Visa card last time and didn't have any trouble at all. Finally, I'm going to take a travel bag with me to take out into the ports, and this is by far my favorite bag. So it is a water fly bag. And so it's got this little zipping pocket here. I won't put anything important in this front area because you should be fair warned about pickpockets. But it has this little clip here that closes this area. And so down inside is where I will put my, money and phone and, anything kind of important here. Now, what I really like is that my Owala bottle will fit down in this little side pocket here. Viking will give you a bottle of water every time you go out onto one of their tours. But it's like, I think it's called mineral water or something along those lines. And it just had a different taste for us. We didn't enjoy it, and we didn't really drink a lot of water from those water bottles because it just tasted ugh. So we learned from my mistake. If you take a water bottle, the restaurant staff will fill it up for you before you go out. They'll even give you some ice if you ask nicely. And then you can just drink good tasting water while you're out. And then finally, this will throw over one of your shoulders. It's got a nice little foam pack here, lightweight, and it also has some padding, so that way if if it weighs a little bit. But that is my suggestion, is to take a bag and bring a water bottle. Okay, so that's all of my packing item tips as far as things that you may not think about to bring. And now I'm going to move over to what I plan on packing for excursions, and also what I plan on packing for to wear on the ship during dinner time. It's always a hot topic. So excursion wise, because the weather is not going to be hot, I plan on packing lots of, these are very lightweight, thin, fleece lined, thermal type things, so I can layer my clothes. So I've got, cute little matching outfits. They look like pajamas, but again, I'll have something over these when we go out. And what I plan on putting over them is just comfortable clothing, sweatshirts, leggings, jogging pants. That is definitely what I wear. These are some of my favorites to wear into the ports because, again, these are thermal lined, and they also have pockets and a zipper pocket. Again, I will try to find the link for these I just bought them off Amazon. They're an off-brand. They weren't expensive at all. Shoes. Okay, so I learned from our last river cruise that it's almost guaranteed to rain on at least one of your excursions. So I invested in some Gore-Tex shoes, which is like a water-resistant top material. I am a huge fan of Ultras. I think that's how you pronounce it. Alltra. Because they've got this wide front here. And like I said, this is kind of waterproof. Very, very comfortable. And I'm going to be wearing these to the airport. So that's one pair of shoes. And then I also bought, and they're dirty because I wear them a lot, but like a hiking type boot. Our last river cruise, we did the Rhine getaway, and there were some options to like hike up in some wooded areas. So I bought these. Again, this is the Gore-Tex material that is kind of waterproof. They're ugly. Okay, I get it, but they are comfortable and it won't like squish your toes when you walk. So just my recommendation, but I do suggest packing a water resistant top shoe. I also plan on taking lots of toboggans, and these are my favorites just because they've got this little hole up top so you can like put your ponytail up through it. I just think it keeps you from having fuzzy hair all day. Moving on to dinner. So dinner time is not formal at all, and it's really not fancy. So people stress over dinner way too much. I would describe dinner dress as casual to business casual. There was maybe like one or two couples that you saw kind of like in like ties and dress jackets. If that's your thing, have at it. Not our thing. Okay, so I plan on taking, like these are nice little leggings. They're kind of brown in color if it doesn't show in the video. And I will pair this with some nice sweaters, okay? Nice sweaters. I will take a few more brown colored sweaters so that way I can rewear these leggings 2 to 3 times. Also, I know this might set some of you off, but I'm wearing jeans to dinner and it's okay. I will not be the only ones in jeans, I promise. So a dark pair of jeans, and I'm going to dress these up with some nice sweaters. It's okay. There were a few times when we got back from our excursions, like right at dinner time, and we just went into the dining room with whatever we had on for the day. You will see that a few times too, and it's okay. No one judges. It's open seating. Go in, have a seat. You will find your people. Promise. As far as shoes goes for on the ship, I'm just taking 2 pairs of flats, so I will pack 3 pairs of shoes and wear 1 pair to the outfit or to the airport. So these they're Skechers. They're just little flats. They're very comfortable. I wear these like almost daily. And I got a brown pair and a black pair, so that way I'll just pack those and exchange them with whatever they match with. So I try to keep everything kind of lightweight. Your baggage is included with your Viking flights, and like we're allowed 1 checked bag per person up to 50 pounds. So when you're packing for kind of winter weather or cooler weather, it's going to be a little bit more challenging. So again, don't forget to subscribe because we're going to be putting out, a few more videos once we get on our river cruise. I'll give you a ship tour. I'll talk about our excursions. We're doing all the included excursions except for 1 stop, and then we plan on, we did purchase 1 excursion from Viking. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, and we're going to be leaving pretty soon for our cruise.